rapper who became successful with the raw, rugged voice, similar to kind of DMX. Yeah, man, I love that this album has so much substance. Wait a minute. Hold on. Chameleonaire was on Pimp My Ride? What is happening?
Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth my while. Xzibit stay versatile with $1 million lifestyle. And I can feel it as a child growing up. The niggas that was real and the niggas that was scared as fuck. It's why Xzibit only roll with a chosen few. You ain't really real, I can tell when I look at you. So ease off the trigger talk.
What up, though, y'all? We are here another Raptors recommendation. Is the segment of my channel where I review album, artist, project that my producer, Sand Raptor, recommends. He is the producer from my album, Sand City. Check it out if you get a chance. This week, we are reviewing Mr. X to the Z, 40 Days, 40 Nights. But I'm also talking about Paparazzi. I'm also going to be talking about Kingmaker, his other album. It's going to be a variety show today, all right? So let's get into it.
I bring the bars, I ain't talking about Xannies though. You're selling poison, but I came to bring the antidote. I see you're lying, but to me, you an antelope. Y'all some fruits acting sweeter than a cantaloupe. We somehow brag about poison in community. I'm labeled corny, this for talking about some unity.
So Xzibit, man, the first thing I want to get into is why wasn't Xzibit on Aftermath? That kind of blows my mind, literally, because he should have been, and I thought he was, really, honestly, because he's on the Up in Smoke tour, one of the greatest, like, hip-hop tours of all time, hands down, in my opinion. He was also on a lot of Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg songs. Like, he had just been working with that camp so inclusively that I just thought he was. And come to find out that actually Dr. Dre tried to sign Xzibit, but it didn't really go the way he planned it.
Was never on Aftermath, but people would think I was, right?
Everybody thought I was on Aftermath. Everybody thought I was on Interscope. I got extremely Steve Rifkin was, saying, yeah, it was good, but now imagine if you come out with more music. I was like, you didn't even promote the music that we just put out.
Things started progressing and going on. Me and Steve had our tug of war when Dre and Jimmy tried to get me over there to Interscope.
Dre and Jimmy called Steve in and asked, okay, so how can we get him over here with us to, be with us? And Steve said he wrote a number on a piece of paper that Jimmy Iovine was like, really? Steve was trying to Then when we finished the tour, he was like, let's go do a record. I'm only gonna do it if you take care of Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre was like, you're gonna pay me this, and then we're gonna do this. But I don't want this money to come from Xzibit, I want it to come from you.
But also, Xzibit is known as this, like, Pimp My Ride guy after a while, and not being known as a rapper. So Xzibit's career has been an interesting kind of study case, man, because, like, here we have a rapper who became successful with the raw, rugged voice, similar to kind of DMX. And so he kind of came up with that. And speaking of DMX, actually, they had like a little, like, what I thought was almost a feud over having the X in her name, because people call Xzibit X, but Xzibit would say it's X to the Z, and then people call DMX X. But this is what Xzibit had to say about that, actually, right here.
What was your relationship with DMX?
Oh, you know what? DMX, we met several times. I think we only had one real conversation. It was the DLC screening in New York, and we had a real talk. And it was really dope to be able to just sit down and talk to someone who I've been compared to from the West Coast.
Rearrange the whole game with my rugged sound. Give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
He was a really focused dude, man. He was just like really talking in a real positive manner. You know what I'm saying?
He's deep. He was deep.
He was a deep dude, man. And his show, he started with a prayer.
Let us pray.
It just felt so genuine.
Father God, I am just learning how to pray. Bear with me.
For me, DMX and what he represented to New York, to the world, the X is with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm X to the Z.
Right.
But the dog get the X.
And he has to go back to being a rapper, which is very hard to do after being known as a TV personality. So you were a rapper, and then, you become this Pimp My Ride host, and now you're being known for that, all the while your career is fading to the background musically, and then you have to go back to that music career. So this is kind of where Xzibit faded to the background.
I feel like the show was built on my back. When it was over, everybody couldn't believe that I didn't want to continue. But they were doing stuff like, okay, we're going to do season 2, 13A, season 2, 13B. You know, it's like whoa, like, you know, they were shuffling the coconut. The last episode, if you can remember, was like this coffin, and I couldn't wait to be done because I had a tour booked. Then the promotion company comes down and says, we're really excited that you came back in to do this Silver Surfer episode for Pimp My Ride. I was like, I'm leaving on tour. The production company called and was like, hey, you know, X, we forgot that there's one more episode that we'll fly you back from wherever you are to film this episode. And I was like, and I just left the building. I know how much they paid for that episode. Okay, just give me $1 million. Oh, Xzibit, we can't do that. It's not in the budget. We can't give you that. It's like, dude, you know what? Okay, I'm gone. And so that's how Millionaire got on that episode.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Chamillionaire was on Pimp My Ride? What is happening? What is happening to me? And then Xzibit comes back and drops this album called Kingmaker, which is basically his attempt at just a solo album after like 13 years. Because while he did have an album come out 5 years ago or so, this was an album more concept-y, but not really, with Be Real and Demrick. So it was a collab album. Wasn't just an Xzibit album. But the album 13 years ago was like Napalm, which is his last real attempt at just like a solo album, really. And that had a collab with Body Count on there that was just insane. Like, doesn't get any amount of views that it deserves. It's nowhere near the likes, nowhere near the views, nowhere near. It's basically like it's more of like a raw rock song. That's of course they're working with Body Count, so like of course, but like it's out of the style of Xzibit. Like he's more just like not focused on like rapping. He's not rapping. He's more like singing on it. I love it. I love it. It's amazing in my opinion. I think go check that out. Honestly, forget all this other stuff. But yeah, the Kingmaker album is insane. Just crazy amount of features on it. Busta Rhymes shuts it down. Royce the 5'9" absolutely shuts it down. Xzibit too on his own. The songs by himself. There's one called Success that is like this jazzy, like motivational talk kind of poetry song that's, again, not in the style of what I would normally think with Xzibit, but he has got so much game to give now because he's the older Xzibit that he's got all kinds of things to teach the younger generation. I love that, man. I love that this album has so much substance. The Kingmaker album is probably his number 2 album for me. First one being Paparazzi, which is just the start for me. Paparazzi, At the Speed of Life. I keep on calling it Paparazzi because Paparazzi is like one of my favorite Xzibit song of all time. But no, At the Speed of Life, sorry, is the album. So I do think that this is number 2 on that list, man. And that's staying a big thing because 40 Days and 40 Nights is good, right? I do like it. I get a little bored listening to it. You know what I'm saying? I like the album. It's got some eclectic ideas, you know, some more undergroundish sound that I like. I like the underground sound of something sometimes, but now I'm listening to it and it doesn't change enough. It has this same sound throughout an album a lot of times, and that doesn't switch up enough, you know what I'm saying? So things get a little stale for me, especially with my ADHD, you know, I just get kind of bored listening to some of these stuff, you know? So like, I did like the album. I can't say anything like, this is bad, this is why. Like, no, I just like, I wasn't wowed. You know, I wasn't wowed. And I can't say that any Xzibit's albums are bad, you know. They're all pretty good. I like Napalm one, for example, you know. Man versus Machine I like. And, you know, like, I like a lot of it. I don't think Xzibit has any bad albums necessarily, you know, that are just him. you know. So yeah, man, this is a very interesting look at Xzibit. I like the way I kind of structured this one. If y'all like it too, let me know. Rather than just doing an album, we're doing kind of an artist review right here. You know what I'm saying? Sand Raptor recommended something, and I threw it out the window, and I did what I wanted. So let me know what y'all think about this video, man. Highly recommend listening to Kingmaker. If you haven't listened to At the Speed of Life, and you're into old school hip hop, I think you would enjoy that too. That's number one for me, is At the Speed of Life. But, you know, Kingmaker is more recent, a little bit more relevant, a little preachy, but, you know, I think even the young generation can dig this because we got enough features to fill it out to make you capture your interest. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this video. Make sure you check out my song, Chain Gang, dropping tonight, midnight. You know, let me know what y'all think about my music too, man. Go check it out, you know. Support me, support Sand Raptor, support my camp. You know, I got a lot of people working with me, behind the scenes. So I appreciate each one of y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening. Deuces. Catch you in the next one. It's enough ranting. Bye.